We continue now at the top of Daf Lamed Beis Amid Beis in Meseches Sotah. This is Sotah Daf 32b. The Mishnah finishes again. They were at Har Grizim and Har Evel, and they took apart the stones, and then they came V'lanu b'mekomon, and they rested in their place. Rashi says V'lanu b'mekomon b'beis melonam b'gilgul, meaning they rested, they stayed in Gilgul. V'sham hekimu es ha'avanim, and that's where they put up the stones once again. And the Gemara says Parshas Sotah Minolan. So from where do we know the Parshas Sotah? That it can be in any language. Dichsiv, as it's written in the pasuk, V'yamar hakohen lo isha. It says that the Kohen says to the woman, B'chol lashon shu omer. We understand that to mean in any language which he says it. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Mashmiya nosa b'chol lashon shehi shomas. We let her know everything in any language which she understands. Al mahi shosa uvamehi shosa. For what is she drinking and in what is she drinking? Al ma nitmis uvamehi nitmis. On what she became defiled and how she became defiled. Al mahi shosa. Now the Gemara explains. What does it mean? Al mahi shosa means al iske kino yustira. Why is she drinking? She's drinking because of what happened in terms of the warning and the seclusion. And then what does it mean? Uvamehi shosa. And what is she drinking? It means b'mekida shel cheres. Again, she drinks in this earthenware vessel. Which is not considered a chosh of a vessel. Al man nitmis al iske schok v'yaldus. Now, why did she become defiled? That's because she was acting with levity and childish behavior. Uvamehi nitmis b'shogeg or b'mezid ba'ones or b'ratzon. We tell her the laws in terms of if it happened by mistake or b'mezid, or if it happened ba'ones or b'ratzon. Again, she's not responsible for things that were out of her control. V'chol kachlam, and all of this, why is it needed? Shelo lahotzi laz al mayim hamor. We want to give her all the details so that false rumors shouldn't start about the bitter waters. People should be aware in terms of when the waters test and when they do not test. And Rashi explains, Uvamehi shos, and what does she drink in? B'chlei mos b'mekida shel cheres. Again, this simple clay vessel, a kind of a disgusting vessel. Ve'alman nitmes mi heviya lidei tumah. How did she become defiled? Schok v'kalas rosh. It's because she acted in a light-hearted manner. Kedei liyasros hanoshim. This is in order to warn the other women. Shlo yiklu roshanim hanoshim shal yedei kach bos lidei v'tzavsa b'nah. They want to warn them. Don't act in this manner with men, because then you're going to come to the situation of the sota, the swelling of the stomach. Uvamehi nitzma mashmino sa hilchas hamayim hamorim. We tell her the halachas that have to do with the bitter waters, the cursed waters. Alezu tumahin bodkin. On what kind of tumah do they test? Osa shim nitma v'him izidu v'ratz. And the point is, if she did it on purpose, she did it willingly, but kuah, then they test her. V'im shogagas. But if it was by mistake, you go namrula meisbalich. For example, they told her your husband died. She didn't realize he's alive. O anusa. Let's say it's a situation of a woman who was coerced, who was raped. Lo yivdekuah. So then it will not test her. V'chol kachlam. And why do we go to all this lana lahodia beilchas hamayim? Why do we go to this extent to teach her all about the laws of the water? Bishlam hanach kamaisum mishum v'nosru kol anoshim. I understand the earlier things we mentioned. That's a warning to the other women. Elahach lama. But what do we need this for? Shalol lahotzi laz. Again, we don't want rumors to spread. Shim nitzmes ba'ones o shogeges v'lo nevdekes. Let's say it happened ba'ones, or there was a mistake, it was a rape. So in those situations, the waters didn't test her. Shalote suvura ilun itzmesi mizida gamkein lo yobod kamosi. We don't want her to think, oh, if I did it on purpose also, it wouldn't test me. We don't want people to think about the waters that they are not effective. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Mishnah said, Vidoi Meiser, talked about the confession by Meiser. And the Gemara says, Minolan, from where do we know that it can be in any language? Dichsiv, like it's written, V'yamartu lifnei Hashem Elokecha, Bi'arti HaKodesh min habayis. It says, you'll say in front of Hashem that I took care of all of the holy things in my house. That's the confession that the person took care of the Meisers properly. V'yolef Amira misota b'chol loshen shu omer. We learn out Amira from Sotah. We learn out just like by Sotah. It can be in any language. Amar le Rav Zvid le'Abaye. Rav Zvid said to Abaye, V'leilef Amira milavim. But why are we using the word Amira and learning from Sotah and saying it can be in any language? Why not learn from the Levium? And by the Levium, as we said when we're talking about Har Grizim and Har Evel, that had to be specifically in Hebrew. And the Gemara says, Malahalan b'lashon hakodesh, afkan b'lashon hakodesh. Again, we should learn from the Levium that just like over there it was in lashon hakodesh, it was in Hebrew. Here also, maybe we should learn that it should specifically by Vidui Meiser be in Hebrew. And the Gemara answers, Donan Amira Gredasa me Amira Gredasa. We learn where it says just the word Amira from places where it just says the word Amira. Ve'in Donan Amira Gredasa me Aniya ve'Amira. We don't learn someplace where it says just Amira, like by Vidui Meiser, it only says the Amira language. We don't learn that from a place where it says Aniya and Amira, because again, by the Levium, by Har Grizim and Har Evel, it uses two languages. It uses the language of Anu, and it uses the language of Amira. And the Gemara continues, Tanya, we learned in a Brayser, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Omer, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai says, Adam Omer Shivcho B'Kol Namach. A person says his praise, he says it with a soft voice. Uganuso, but he says the things that are bad about him, his degradation, B'Kol Ram, that he should say loudly, he should proclaim it. And the Gemara explains, Shivcha b'kol namach, the Brisa continues, his praise, he says in a low voice. What's the source for that? Min vidoi meiser, that comes from the confession of Meiser. There the person is saying that he fulfilled the mitzvah properly, and he says it in a soft voice. But genuso b'kol ram, where do we know the idea that the person says, he says his disgrace in a louder voice, mi mikra bikurim. So that he says, that we learn out from mikra bikurim, because mikra bikurim, that's Arami Oved Avi, talks about the fact that my father was a wandering Arami. As Rashi over here says, genuso kagon Arami Oved Avi, hainu genuso. Shemisvaden, the person is essentially confessing, she'avihen lovan ha'arami ha'ya Russia, that their forefather, lovan ha'arami, was a Russia. So that is something that is considered a disgraceful proclamation, and that the person says louder. And the Gemara says, is this really true? Is it really true? V'amar Rabbi Yochanan mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. But Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, on the contrary, Mimnei ma tiknu tefillah b'lachash. Why is it that the davening is done quietly? Kedei shelo levayish es over aver. It's in order not to embarrass those who transgress, those who sin. And so therefore you see that a person is not supposed to proclaim loudly things that he did that are disgraceful. Sharei lo chilek hakasav makom ben chatas loola. And we see that because the pasuk doesn't make a distinction between the location of a carbon chatas and a carbon ola, and the reason is because we don't want to embarrass somebody who's bringing a carbon chatas, so it shouldn't be clear who's bringing a carbon chatas and who's bringing a carbon ola. And so the Gemara says, you're right, rather lo tema genuso, don't say that a person should proclaim things that he did that are disgraceful. That's not actually true. El eimat tsaro, rather what it means is that if a person has tsaros, a person has pain, that he should proclaim loudly. Rashi over here says, Shelo levayish as over avera. The reason why the tefillah belachash is that it shouldn't embarrass somebody who transgressed. Actually, we'll back up one Rashi. Why is the davening said quietly? That's what we find by Chan. It says, you don't hear her voice. And then the Gemara went on to say, Tefillah belachash kedei shelo levayish es over avera, not in order not to embarrass those who do averas. That's what the Gemara said there. Shelo levayish es over avera hamisvadim betfilasam al avera shabiyodam. In other words, the people who are davening, they're admitting in their tefillah on the averos that we did. And so, therefore, a person should say it quietly. We don't want to embarrass. And so, again, instead, the Gemara said, Tsaro, Tsaros Sha'avru Olav, Dainu Tsaros Sha'avru Al Yisrael, Tsaros Lovan Ha'arami, Tsaros Mitzrayim, the various Tsaros on Klal Yisrael. So those Tsaros, those the person is supposed to proclaim. And the Gemara brings the source for that idea. Kedetanya, as we learned in a Brisa of Tameh Yikra, it says that the Mitzorah, he calls out that he's Tameh, and the idea is Tzarech Lahodia, Tsaro L'Rabim. He needs to call out his pain to the public. V'Rabim Mevakshim Olav Rachamim. That way, the Rabbim, the public, is able to daven on his behalf. V'chol Misha Irabo Dover, anybody who something happens to them, Tzarech Lahodia L'Rabim, V'Rabim Mevakshim Olav Rachamim. He needs to let the public know, and that way the public can daven on his behalf. And Rashi over here says, we said again earlier, Sharei lo chilek hakasav makom ben chatas la'ola lo kava l'shchitas chatas makom b'fnei atzma shelo yavinu she chatas u'misbaish. We don't have a specific place for the chatas that's unique. That way people won't realize that he's bringing carbon chatas, and that way he won't be embarrassed. Tamei yikra kilomar suru me'olav shetamayu. Tamei yikra means he calls out that he's tamei. Go away from me, I am tamei. And again, the idea over here is that people should be aware of it, and they should daven on his behalf. And the Gemara continues, Gufa, returning to what we said above, Amar Rabbi Yochanan mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, why is it that they instituted that davening should be quiet, in order not to embarrass those who transgress, because the pasuk doesn't make a distinction between the place for a chatas and an ola. And the Gemara says, Velo, but is that not really the case? But there is a distinction, Va'ika damim, because there's a distinction in terms of the blood of the karbanos. Dam chatas lamala, the blood of the carbon chatas is on the upper part. This is talking about the upper part of the mizbeach. V'dam ola lamata, and the blood of the carbon ola is on the lower part. It's put on the lower part of the mizbeach. So there is a distinction between the two karbanos. And the Gemara answers to that. Hasam over there, Kohen hu diyada. It's the Kohen. He's the one that's aware that it's a chatas, but other people are not aware. That's done by the mizbeach. That's not something that everybody is aware of. But the Gemara continues, Va'ika chatas nekeva ola zachar. But there's another distinction. The carbon chatas is a female animal, and the carbon ola is a male animal. And to that the Gemara says, Hasam michsia ba'ali. Over there you can't tell between a male and a female because it's covered up by the tail. But the Gemara says, Teinach kifsa, that's good by a sheep. So there you have a tail that covers it up. You can't tell that the person is bringing a chatos. But se'ira ma'ikol amemer. But what if the person chooses to bring a goat? There it's not covered up. It's easy to identify. And the Gemara says, Hasam iu dukam michsef nafshe. There it's his own fault. He's embarrassing himself by bringing a goat. He should have just brought a sheep, and then he wouldn't have been embarrassed. So that's not really our fault. But the Gemara says, V'kamaisi seir, again, he's bringing a goat, that's what he's choosing to do, so again, that's his choice. But the Gemara continues, Chatas da avodas kochavim, but what about the carbon chatas of avodah zara? So there, the losagi de lav sira, there he has to bring a goat. So Michael, remember, what are you going to say over there? There it is clear that he's bringing a carbon chatas and he's forced to bring that animal. And the Gemara answers, Hasam nichsev v'nezel, there let him be embarrassed. Ki yechid in a it's better that it's a kapara. That's a very bad sin, the sin of avodah zara. Therefore, it makes sense that in that case, he should in fact be embarrassed. And Rashi explains, Va'ika kolomar v'reish simanim acherim la'akira, aren't there ways to identify again that this is a carbon chatos? For example, lamala, the blood goes above michut hasikra, it goes above the chut hasikra of the mizbeach, t'chsiv al karnos. By the carbon chatos it says it's on the karnos, the corners of the mizbeach. Uva'ola lochas of karnos, by the carbon ola it doesn't say karnos. V'unos in damim lamata michut hasikra, the blood is placed below the chut hasikra. V'chein shar kol adamim, and that's true by the other bloods. Hasam koin l'chudehu diyada, so there only the koin knows about that. V'lo shar kol ha'olam, not everyone knows. Vein boshes bekach, it's not embarrassing. Michsia hanekeva shel nekeva. In other words, the sign that this animal is a nekeva, it's covered up. Ba'alya bezanav, it's covered with the tail. Velo nikr, it's not clear that it's a female animal, and therefore it's not clear that it's a chatos. Seira ma'ikol amemer she'ein lo zanav v'nikr hanekevas. When it comes to a goat, so it's obvious. The signs that it's female are obvious because there's no tail covering up that area. So the Gemara said, well, he could have brought her. He should have brought a sheep. If he was embarrassed, he could have brought a kispa. When it comes to an individual chatos, you could bring what you want. It could be a sheep or a goat. With the exception of the chatos for avodah zara. There it talks specifically about a goat. And the Gemara said to that, Hasam naisi v'nichsav, there let him bring it, let him be embarrassed. The pasuk wants him to be embarrassed. Because that way he'll have an atonement from a great punishment. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Mishnah said Kriya Shema, that Kriya Shema can be recited in any language. Minolan, from where do we know this? T'chsiv, as it's written in the pasuk Shema Yisrael b'chol lashon she'ata shomeh. We learn from the pasuk Shema Yisrael in any language that the person is able to understand. Tanu Rabban, and the rabbis taught Kriya Shema kechsava divrei Rebbe. Kriya Shema has to be the way it's written, meaning you have to recite it in lashon hakodesh according to the opinion of Rebbe. V'chachamim omer b'chol lashon, and it's the chachamim. They're the ones who say that it can be in any language. My time at the Rebbe. What's the reason of Rebbe? Because the pasuk says v'hayu, the pasuk says and they will be v'havyasan you as they are written, meaning you have to say it as it is written. V'rabbanan amar kra shema b'chol lashon she'ata shomeh. The Rabbanan say the pasuk says shema, and that means in any language that the person understands. V'rabbanan nami haksiv v'hayu, but the Rabbanan also, what do they do with the word v'hayu? Hahu shelo yikrenu l'mafreya, that teaches us that it cannot be read backwards. V'Rebbe shelo yikrenu l'mafreya menole, and Rebbe, where does he know that it can't be recited backwards? Nafkale midvarim hadvarim, he learns it out from the hay of hadvarim, that's an extra hay, that teaches us this halacha that it should not be recited out of order. V'rabbanan devarim hadvarim lo mashmalu, and the Rabbanan, they don't darshan the extra hay in the word hadvarim. V'Rebbe nami haksiv shema, and Rebbe also, what does he do with the word shema? Ahumi boyle lahashmiel aznocha masha tamotzi mipicha. He uses that for the halacha that the person has to be able to hear what he is saying. He can't say it so quietly that he cannot hear himself. V'Rabbanan savri lakaman damar, and the Rabbanan, they hold like the one who says hakorei shema v'lo yishmiel azno yotza, that if a person reads shema and he cannot hear what he is saying, so then he's actually yotze according to the Rabbanan. And the Gemara continues, Leima Kasava Rebbe, let us say that Rebbe holds, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph.